Salibonani sesibuyele njalo iPodcast Yabantu, iPodcast yomhlaba, iPodcast ebukela ngedata. Siyathemba liyaphila lapha elikhona, siyathemba lijabulile. Ungathi kuyagodogodora kuphinde kuchisa akuqondakala ukuthi wenzakalani. Elami ibizo nguJoyful Sibongo wakoncobo ngiphuma phansi lemangwaneni esigodini. Namhlanje ngathi sihamba labantu abadala. Izinto ngisabothi ngizikhulume ngoba uyagcina esebambe okunyomelanga ongamelanga ukukhuluma.
Uyazakhuluma sakisibongo
Ataso asuyu babakho yena lo
muntu ocanda ngubabakho hayi
uzozotha ngakho sibanda
hayi yekela leso sibongo leso uRambo isizo
ngiyanizwa nisemoyeni madoda.
Welcome sekwamukela Thomo Gamuchira Tori Tanganeza ngisivenda. iPodcast Yabantu is not limited to one tribe but it's spread to ama tribes ahlukeneyo. Njengenjwayela ngihambe ngedwa hamba nomfowethu Ishwan
ithina abafana bedata sesibuyile njalo njengoba lezinto kuthiwa abafana ababukelwa ngedata kuthi uthi mawungela data hayi askisi izakuthola somewhere else.
Yes.
Kabo MC Shaba siqoza sejwani endleni isithemba inkani sesibuyile njalo with another exciting episode isiqephe esihle kakhulu ese-podcast yabantu abafana ababukelwa ngedata.
Yes.
Isiphathele nje namhlanje.
Namhlanje ngizwe ngijabula kuthiwa samba labantu abadala. Ngase ngiunderstand ukuthi umuntu omdala akabizwa ngebizo elisesithupheni. Kulebizo alithwalayo elingemva kwesithupha.
Hayi likahulumeni.
Uzosichazela ukuthi libuya kanjani leli bizo. Angifuni ukuthi ngicine sengili ngesikhiwa bathi butcher the name. Ngicine sengilihlanganisa. Sizomamukela asitshele ukuthi ufuna ukubizwa ngaliphi. Noma ke wasitshela bese siqhubeka ngalo. Into omdala.
Sanibonani madoda Ncube.
Yebo.
Shaba
Yes.
Nababukeli lapha ku channel
iPodcast Yabantu. Yes.
Akuhle kakhulu ngoba sonke singabantu. Angithi ukuthi abantu.
Yes.
Banu.
Aha.
Vanu. Bathu.
Aha.
Bathu pay.
Yeah, it's one umbrella setting. So ke nami ngihamba ne-organization engibiza ngengulo Yakwantu.
Ingulo Yakwantu.
So ngicabanga ukuthi what we are going to discuss here is pretty much about
Ingulo Yakwantu.
Yes, abantu yeah.
So umuntu omdala simbiza ngomkhulu, simbiza ngekhehla, simbiza ngobani?
Ungangibiza nje ngendlulamithi.
Indlulamithi.
Yeah, ngoba indlulamithi in English is a giraffe. Well ngesintu ke or isiZulu sithi indlulamithi ngoba inomqala lo mude
odlula ihlahla imithi.
Yeah, so idla phezulu but ke la okubaleke ngayo ukuthi isuka ibona into ezikude. Ya ngoba phela inomqala lo mude so ibona lokho kungale.
Yavela manje akezwakala sengiya understand.
Yeah.
Ngoba I think sithi sikhona apho vele liqhakatheke ngani okangakanani ibizo.
Well ibizo igama you'll agree with me that's the identity
of oneself.
Well the Chinese they came up with the idea of fingerprint. Thina Yakwantu igama ilona eliqhatheke kakhulu ngoba noma uzokhuluma nabadala lapha yana kufuneka ubaqambe phela ukuthi ngikhuluma nabo
bani
uzazise nawe.
Yeah. So ke nami ke before siqala ngithanda ukuphakamisa cishe ngikhohle ukuphakamisa abadala bazongisola later ngicela ukuphakamisa amakhosi angakithi. Ngiphakamise uChibundule. Ngiphakamise uNgwane.
Okay.
Ngiphakamise uChilisamulo bese ngiyaphakamisa uMzilikazi ezangakithi ke lozo. Ngithi badala nansi sizwe. Asikhulume nesizwe bazusise. Sibuyisele isiko la enifuna liye khona ngoba isikhathi se restoration lesi
isona lesi.
this is the time for restoration. And we are not going back. We are moving forward. We'll restore.
So usuthinte ngendaba yebizo and you went wakhuluma nge-restoration.
Yebo.
Kodwa uthe wena i-organization Ingulo Yakwantu.
Yes.
Lokho nge-understanding yami engumbuzo ukuthi sho ukuthi singabantu siyisizwe kukhona ukugula thizeni okumele silachwe kukho ukuze kube le restoration.
Very true, very true. You would agree with me ukuthi we are sick.
Siyagula.
Kumanje kuxakeke wonke umuntu. Kuxakeke inyanga nezigulani zayo. Xakeke umprofeti nabalandeli. Xakeke umfundisi nebandla, xakeke ibaby daddy, xakeke ibaby mama. Yeah, xakeke iboyfriend, xakeke igirlfriend, xakeke umzali. Azajiki ingane zize phambi kwabazali lana zithi hayi manje thina sazi senzeni uthola ukuthi nobaba naye akazi
la usephelele
lapho mawuthi kuxakeke wonke umuntu in terms of ukuxakeka literally or in that uxakeka lokho you are referring to ama social ills that are there or in general ubuhithi bethu njengabantu either spiritually then leading to lezi ngxaki ezikhona nje kubantu.
Well, pretty much life is about success.
Okay.
You know, you need to succeed in something.
Yeah.
Whether umshado, you understand ukuthi ingane iyazalwa, ithi ngazala ibisi yakhula, ithi ngakhula ishadi. Angithi. Manje kuyasihlula lokho. Today ke sokusebenza imali. Asinayo imali. Kuyasihlula futhi. Uyayibona?
Yeah.
Siyagula emzimbeni aselapheki. Siyahluleka futhi. Uyayibona? Sonke lezinto lezi mangihlanganisa ngisuke ngithi mina Ingulo Yakwantu ngoba ungabheka isizwe kumanje everywhere, it doesn't matter where actually. The black nation are the ones that suffer more than any other nation out there. And then the question is why? Hey, why? Why?
Yeah.
Because ithina sihlele emkhukhwini. Ithina esigqwele la sisama ngeenyawo.
Sibulalanayo.
Siyabulalana. But at the same time you have abelaphi bendabuko again that sector it has grown so much. Kuyathwaliswa lapha kwenziwani but still lezo igubhu lezo ayisebenzi. Yeah, azajika omunye adayi.
Temporary.
Usithathe lesi sigubhu time ngisithathe naTala dayi wesisikhathi wena shona eMozambique.
Bakuthwalisa isidlula lezi.
Ujike eMozambique.
Zami Ghana.
Zami Ghana, zami Malawi.
Uyayithola le nto because mina I believe ukuthi we need to progress as people. You can't tell me ukuthi today we have so many people who are claiming to assist Abantu, whether umprofeti, whether he's a pastor, whether it's
Sangoma,
things like that. But we are not even moving.
I think it makes sense. Mkhulu lapana Indlulamithi Jofi mawuthi uyabheka khona to khona ngama church ngamasonto.
Yeah.
Mawuthi uyabheka kulezi nsuku uthwasa kuze uthwase nabantwana ingane.
In 2 days umuntu ubuye esethwasile.
Izangoma nje zigcwele yonke indawo.
Babhodla kuze kube
babhodla womkhulu nabo gogo every corner.
Yeah.
Namasonto every corner. Abanye balama station abanye benza izimanga bavusa nabafileyo.
Yeah.
Kodwa ke problems also keep
still
piling.
Remain.
Yes.
People are like lapho umkhulu into ayisho ukuthi people are getting sick day by day, dying. Izinto ezimbi nje emhlabeni. Kodwa ke abantu abathi banama answers baningi kakhulu.
Of course.
Isikhuphusani, imbiza yakwenzani,
natha lokhu chela lokhu khatha lapha
problems
phalaza la.
persist. I think now, with your wise wisdom, our next question will be, why kulama promises or these other solutions that are said to be there, but they are not working? Why?
It's because, like I said in the beginning, it is time for restoration. It's time for correction. Kuningi also kwenzekile that is wrong.
Yeah.
Kunamaqiniso angamanga.
Okay.
You know, kunesitotsi too much. You understand?
Ngithanda le ukuthi kunamaqiniso angamanga.
You know, people, they've commercialized izinto obungamelanga ngabe ziya commercialize. And the other setting obviously is because asenazo inkosi. And those ones who say they want to be kings now, but they have no idea
what ukuthi benzani
or ukuthi bazokwenzani. Ngoba, I mean, if you speak in South Africa, we do have kings, but what is their
role?
We understand it because a king is somebody who's supposed to be knowledgeable in terms of a culture. What is a culture? A culture is a way of living. And then abeseya fundisa isizwe. Kuphilwa kanje. Because when you know yourself, and it says identity, when you know yourself, then you succeed. But if you don't know yourself, you can never succeed.
Knowing yourself literally in that uzazi umuntu ngubani ngemvelaphi ukwazi ukuthi mina nginje ngumshaba ngizale eJwane ubaba ngubani uma ngubani. What are you saying when you are saying knowing yourself?
Knowing yourself, we are correct. We mention kanje because we need to understand something. Impilo ongiqale ngithi mina umuntu ungumoya. You know, a human being is a spirit. And life is spiritual.
Yes. True.
And now culture then sort of like identifies loya moya loya. Because izinto esisuke sizenza oyezazisenziwa kwantu zingumoya. Uyayibona lento le.
Deep. Okay.
You know, culture is spiritual. So inkinga zethu njoba ngishilo ukuthi sixakekile manje it's as if there's no one who has an answer. Because we are not addressing leyo issue ngendlela. We are not because we need to address issue identity crisis iqala. Eniza kanjani lento le? Angithi esintwini ukwelapha kuqala ngesibongo.
Okay. All right. I hope a producer wale 4 hours. Sazokhala la.
We understand the things that we press. Ukwelapha kuqala ngesibongo. Isibongo then becomes your identity. But there are conditions here on how to obtain leso sibongo leso.
And trace and track and connect to that isibongo leso.
Ngoba manje angithi mangihlangane nawe ngizothi umfoko nje ubani igama?
Ngithi ngojoyful.
Wakobani?
Ngobe.
You see, identify wakobani. Because that then tells me ukuthi ubelonga lapha ya.
To this clan.
Yes.
Yes.
You understand? And now ungathi wena ngokancube bese umbuzo wami uthi kanjani?
Okay.
Ungakoncube kanjani?
Bese ngithi mina ubaba nguyokoncube. That's the first answer I think maybe is winning, yes.
Ngizalwa ngncube.
Very true. Angithi. But now sinendlela yokuphila iculture now it comes now. There. Ukuthi ufika kanjani wena kancube or ufika kanjani ekuthinini ube naleso sibongo sakoncube. You understand? And that is where amaqinisa now alahleka khona because a lot of us we tend to say ngoba ubaba ngwakuncube therefore nami ngwakuncube.
Okay.
Or I ngisebenzisa isibongo sika mama.
Yeah, but you see now, that's the thing that you need to understand. That is where now a foundation of everything starts
gets
there.
built properly or it gets broken from the beginning.
It gets lost there. So in the corner manje ukuthi a lot of people they've lost it. Banjani intombazana ithandana nomfana ibisiyazithwala from there ithola umntwana kuthiwe hayi ngoba lo mntwana lo kuthi hayi lo mntwana wakancube kanti cha lo mntwana lo akufanele ukuthi ngabe usebenzisa lesiyasibongo saka baba wakhe because khona izinto la ubaba wakhe kufanele azenzile
ukuze aqualify umntwana ukubizwa ngesibongo.
Yes.
So are you saying it's not automatic in that
yebo
my child when ezalwa kumele ebe ngwakumpofu?
Yes, it's not automatic, and that is the major problem. That is the beginning of all problems.
So isibongo is not connected to the sperm. It's connected to what then happens umntwana engazalwa.
The way of living.
There's a formula in the spirit. You understand? Okuqondile ukuthi alright ke na intombazana ngikhuluma ngentombazana ngosi lana namajita nansi intombazana soyithandile angithi kufuneka le ntombazane wenzeni uyayilobola angithi ngokwesintu
Yes.
not the western one ngokwesintu lobole intombazane angithi babike labo bakibo kantombazane hayi bayeza lana
abakobani yes
bazo lobola ingane yethu le ubani ba
ozola ngubani lo ba
ubaba lo uyabika lapha ya
yeah
bafike kukhulunyiswane angithi ukhiphe lokho abazo biza from there leyangani leyantomazana ibisiyakhishwa lapha kubo ize mayiza ngapha bese uyahlangabeza wena baba ngithi boyfriend or so indoda ke manje angithi uyihlangabeza ibikwe lengane ithelo ngenyongo.
So iqhathe ngani leyo nyongo dala siyazi dala siyibona ngoba ungadlulela phambili sizozwa inyongo kuphela lo muntu olaleleyo abesecabanga ukuthi sikhuluma inyongo kodwa
ngikhuluma ngenyongo yembuzi.
All right.
Ngikhuluma ngenyongo yembuzi. It's important ukuthi wazi that is why ngikhuluma ngeculture. Iculture indlela yokuphila. Angithi culture gives us the formula to the spirit because life is a spirit. Angithi so if ungumuntu funeke wazi ukuthi all right iculture yami imi kanje angithi iformula yomoya kwantu isebenza kakhulu ngegazi.
Okay.
Angithi
Interesting.
It can be either igazi lenkuku inyongo yakhona igazi lembuzi inyongo yakhona inkomo
nenyongo yakhona futhi
hayi cha
enkomeni asifike enyongeni
hayi
okay
angithi because of time now maybe ngelinye ilanga sizodiscussa ukuthi imbuzi isebenzisa nini inkukhu isebenzisa nini inkomo isebenzisa nini and things like that
but ngicabanga ukuthi asinakushilo ngamane kungapheleli lapho ofisa khona siyoyithatha phambili ibe another episode
ngoba sithe
i-foundation so asimeke sure ukuthi i-foundation yethu
clear
bengifuna ukukhuluma kakhulu ngale foundation because that is where we miss it and that is where many of us problems were to lawa these social ills that we spoke of
are
coming from. Ngoba you need to understand there is a problem or there are problems then there is a cause of the problem. So if foundation is the cause of the problems You understand? Omunye sangathi hayi cha umkhulu ngiyakuzwa uyakhuluma kodwa mina nginenkinga no anti wami othakathayo. Or ukuthi ngoba etsheliwe ukuthi hayi anti uyathakatha. Fine. Angisho ukuthi akathakathi. Kodwa into engizama ukuyichaza ukuthi ubani lo ovumele ukuthi uanti wakho akuthakathi.
So mkhulu Indlulamithi. If umuntu ezazi elandela that culture spirits connected. Akathakatheki.
Yebo.
Ayiqhubeka kwa.
We understand.
Yeah.
Maybe phecelezi singene eBhayibhelini. There is a story of Job in the Bible. The story of Job goes something like this in brief. Satan goes to God. Afike uSatan kuNkulunkulu athi akunginike lo Job lo.
Yeah. Aqala uNkulunkulu ambuza ethi uvelaphi adale bodabhoda.
Right. Ngase ngibona uJob.
Yeah.
Akunginike yena. We understand. Okay. So Satan and God converse and they have an agreement. Kuthiwe nanga uJob. Uyayibona lapha engikhona.
Yeah.
So that is why ngithi mina ngeke ube nenkinga wena.
Ukhona owavumayo.
Yebo. Ngeke ube nenkinga wena if abakini abavumanga. Okay. Uthakathi can try.
All right.
You understand? But you won't succeed if abakini abavumanga. Manje ke you need to have a relationship with abakini. Uzoba ne relationship kanjani ungazazi?
Ngabanye sebafa. Uba layo njani relationship la laba sebafayo.
Yilento engizama ukuyichaza. Ayikho into ehlupha umuntu emhlabeni ngaphandle kwalo osewadlule emhlabeni.
Ana ngithi moto.
Usathi moto mntana.
Labe esithi thina idlozi or amadlozi. Angithi. So isibongo is actually an identity of idlozi or amadlozi.
So isibongo sikhulu okudlula ibizo.
Kakhulu ngingathi sikhulu ukudlula ibizo. Because you must remember singabantu siphila impilo eseyaphilwa ngomunye umuntu before. Kusetshenziswa umzimba wakho ushaba uhleli lapha.
I think yazi the interesting part with what you are saying ukuthi ngathi mina Jofi masinga 10 generations away back sihamba ngosendo lwakho sivuse maybe umkhulu wakho 10 generations ago you be shocked ukuthi umbone fana ncamashi lo mfana wakho kodwa umama abahlukahlukile lapha in these 10 generations baningi kakhulu kodwa ke uzaphuma umfana wakho uzaphuma ncamashi photocopy kamkhulu wakho. Unfortunately we don't have anything to preserve, but today's generation will have
at least
something to look back and say Jofi looked like this 10 generations sisiya phambili. Uzibuze wena ukuthi kwenzeka kanjani ukuthi sekuke labo umama bahlukahlukile. Uba unanzele vile emakhaya yazethi umgogo ekhuluma nawe kumbe ante ekhuluma nawe ethi yazi nanga ujabulani yazi lokuhleka eziphumela lokuhamba lokuhleka lenkani. That's when you realize ukuthi khona this vessel is just a vessel. The spirit from you, it will move to another vessel again. Reincarnation.
Yes.
So culture yetu lesintu sethu.
Right. I know even Nababugeli, they can confirm with me. Sometimes when you're sleeping, you dream somebody. Athi kuwe awungifunela ikapisi. Anginjengamanje uyambona uJofu uthanda ikapisi. Uthanda ukubhekisa emva.
Yes. Ungabusu keep ama-file phela mkhulu.
Cha, keep ama-file.
Okay.
Ngizama ukwenza example.
Shakhona mkhulu.
Ukuthi later in life we will find a kid Who grow. Right? And then I must say khulile le ibithanda amakapisi
and putting it backwards.
ifaka example. We understand that.
Angambone lalo umuntu.
Akamazi uJobe. Uyayithola. Abelibela buya uJobe fika kulengane le ayihlebele mayilela lalela mfana akwenze kanje. You understand? Ngifuna ubuhlalo bokanje. Uyabona ngibona ubuhlalo lapha ekhulukhuluma
Umhlobo yes.
ngifuna ubuhlalo bonje ngifuna isembatho esinje ngifuna into kanje. You understand? uJobe usekaphila kulomzimba walomfana. Yilento engichaza ukuthi ke manje nathi kusihleli la angithi like la e-studio ngiyabona kunamadoda awu4 lana mhlawumbe ningathi nina hayi you know
Thinda mkhulu ungasabi.
we were connected because Loyana vele nayo ku film industry is a director or is a prominent DOP. That one is a prominent director. Therefore we're looking
best photographer.
Best you understand that Fire is a you understand is a best MC presenter. No Jofi yabona siyahlangana ngalokho kanti ila makhe ehlala engikhuluma ngawo asuka kuhlanganisa nomunye afana naye ngomoya yayibona kefana namanje moshaba wela ngazo urushadile or kakashadi or nezintombi eziningi or kanjani but whatever bonke labo bantu labo uhlangane nabo wena angithi kwasetshenziswa your eyes but kahle umoya lo osuke ukukhethela labantu lapha because kukhona ukufana thizeni lapha ya you understand thina ke salesikhosini awungeke wajola nenye intombi engayona eyasesikhosini. No matter how much you try to say no maybe I will get online dating still uzohlangana naye. No, you know what? Let me go to the bar. Still uzohlangana naye nalo muntu loyo because you are not in control. You are being used by the spirit.
So now, everything that you are saying gets lost now when one has no identity.
Yes.
So now, that's where you come in and say, it is now time for restoration.
It's time for restoration.
So now, you know, you touched a very important part when you said, Isibongo is not only by blood or sperm. Isibongo is endowed on you. It's moya. So yes, there is a certain percentage ukuthi uzelwe koncube uncube kodwa ke akukapheleli. Kunezinto thizeni kumele zenzeke ukuthi ube fully wakoncube. Laba koncube bahlale kuwe bekusebenzise bekhulume nawe bevume. Uma ungasakwenzanga yiko lapho uzithola khona usuyehlelwa zinkinga usehlangana nobunye ubunzima empilweni. Ngibe ngibuze ngithi mina so mkhulu lapho zama ukuthi kulungile yini ukuthi esukubona kulezi nsuku most of the time sithola ukuthi there are a lot of other ingane ezisebenzisa izibongo zabonina. Of course some have got valid reasons for that. They had no other choice but to give umntanabo izibongo zabo. They even perform amasiko towards that because maybe they were left stranded without any help ukuthi bekwazi abanye bakwenza intentional ukuthi as long as ngilobolanga mina umntwana lo vela ngeke amvume uzobiza esami isibongo. Are you saying konke lokho kulungile ukuthi kwenzeke okumele kwenzeke ngaleyo ndlela makuthi wena ungubaba ungasathatha responsibility yokuthi uphelelise ukuendosa okundowa leso sibongo kuJofi enje?
Balungile labo abantu abanjalo.
Okay.
Ngoba vele kunjalo. You see umntwana yebo ngabantu ababili. Wesifazana nendoda. Kodwa if indoda ayiloboli lo owesifazana lo mntwana walapha ya kiboka mama wakhe.
Okay.
You understand?
Usho lezi nyanya ezisebenza kuwo lo mntwana ilezi zakomama.
Yebo. Ngoba sometimes
Idlozi la komama.
Sometimes actually sometimes isuke lento ihleliwe. Ngoba ngithe mina isikhathi se restoration lesi. Ku restore ini.
Aha.
Naso.
Because you can only restore into ekade khona vele esandleni.
We understand. You see indaba yedlozi or indaba yakwantu is very simple to understand. Ngoba it's about family. Umuzi. Umuzi wakompofu. Umuzi wakoncube.
Yeah.
It's about that.
Yeah.
Nothing else. Therefore, kunemizi that has been lost. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, asikwenzanga lo. That is why. All right. You see, the whole objective Umuntu, ongithi umoya, ongithi idlozi, or ongithi amadlozi, ongithi this restoration.
Esikuyo manje.
Esikuzo. The whole objective is about restoring umuzi or imizi yakwantu. And umuzi u-identify ngani? Ngaso lesi sibongo.
Okay.
Manje ke
So umuzi akusilo ke sikubonayo izindlu ezkulothawo.
Right.
Akusiwona umuzi lo.
Umuzi sikhuluma ngobaba nomama nabantwana. Nalezi izinto abanazo kuleli ikhaya.
Okay.
Uyayibona. So ngoba kwasuke kwalahleka lokhu, you know, with the arrival of the whites and things like that. You know, if you go into your history, Shaba, these whites first they identified babona ukuthi okay,
strength sense iku
sisemoyeni, and then babona ke futhi ukuthi okay, how best can we destroy this? Baqala uku-introduce indaba yemali. Angithi kwathiwa you must pay taxes and things like that. And uthola ukuthi manje wena nomuzi wakho kuphi but now sokufunakala i-tax eyimali and wena awunayo leyo mali.
So wena apho futhi mkhulu. So umuzi wakho usesigodini.
Yes.
Imali ikwabulawayo. So kumele usuke emuzini.
Uyayibona ke lento. Uye le uyosebenze wenela whatsoever. You know, people started walking long distances to go and get this money so that they'll be able to pay the tax that is needed by the government. And by so doing now, usukile wena lapha emzini wakho. Awusakwazi ukuthi wenze isintu lapha kulomuzi. Usiyosebenza wena. Angithi. And we all know, even namanje, I mean, if you look at immigration, that is why personally I don't support immigration. You understand? And no matter how much people would say, no, you know, when you go to UK or go to America, you know, there are greener pastures there. You'll be able to do 1 and 2 at home, back home. What have they done? They are there now. Namanje bazo, I know some of them they'll be watching. They are in the UK or America or wherever they are. What are they doing back there?
Many of them feel lost.
The system captures you. Bafake so many demands. We understand the commitments. You got to pay rent. You got to pay what. Then life yakho becomes umsebenzi. La okhona. Then for ikhaya leliana, eventually it gets what?
Lost.
So Indlozi wants to restore that. That is why now you find ukuthi ngifuna abantu besifazane bangizwe kahle.
All right.
That is why you find ukuthi kukhona abesifazane abakhethiwe ukuze bavuse loya muzi loya. That is why you find ukuthi it becomes difficult for loyo
wesifazane
ashade or alotsholwe Akithi uzoba nabo abantwana but umoya usukuhlele ukuthi uzoba nabantwana abangabafana abazovusa ini
ikhaya
lo yamuzi loya owalahleka you understand so ene umoya usukusebenzisana usebenzisa the basic principle ukuthi kufuneke lo alotsholiwe but angeke azalotshola you understand therefore siyomhlanganisa nalomfana lo mfana ngoba khona esikufunayo lapha ya bazothola ingane from there mabethola ingane siyawuchitha lo mhlangano wabo
uphele kanjalo nje
so
ungazi ukuthi woneni umosheni
suthatha ingane zakho ke ngeza la ekhaya kuthiwe izingane kuthiwe ngesizulu imlanjwana ingane zakomalume you understand ziyovusa lo muzi lo we understand it's not a new thing if you look at Ushaka for instance Ushaka in my opinion he grew up komalume umzilikazi in my opinion he grew up komalume angithi wakhuliswa ngamandwanda umzilikazi ukhumalo angithi komalume you understand laba suke beyilahle khona ke abafowethu oyinkosi zangakithi lezi obaba omkhulu ningixolele ngiyayikhuluma lento laba ilahla khona basuke bona bayophakamisa lento yakomalume bayiphakamisa kuboyise ngale
okay so yeah
we understand now ngiza ekuthini wena mfowethu wena khona manje we understand obukele angithi ungumntwana nentombi wena so uyasuka manje uzibiza wena ngelesi sibongo saka baba wakho
because
kusho ukuthini lo
dinga sesifuna
kusho ukuthini lo kusho ukuthi manje wena uthatha inhlanta zangapha nalezi zinto zangapha kabo malume kabo mama wakho uyoziphakamisa wena kabo baba wakho lento yokushaya
ikhona mkhulu la okuvela khona into okuthiwa ngumbango
exactly ususemangweni ke manje yabona umuntu osemangweni mfowethu unje leli class angithi ngaba kobaba ngapha kwa right ngaba komama ngapha ka left manje bayadonsana ngawe labantu laba olemimoya le
bakubanga
lamadlozi la ayakubanga laba bathi ngawethu laba bathi ngowethu if leli class singanibamba unibambe ngapha ulidonse kanje ningaya phambili cha ngeke niye phambili
asukuchaze kancane singaqhubele phambili umbango uhlakaza kanjani impilo yomuntu umbango
mfethu
unzima phela umbango ngoba ukhona ngoba uthinte ngesibongo ngebizo ngefoundation ngomuzi sibaningi isinje siyabangwa ngoba ubaba kalobolanga ubaba ngisebenzisa isibongo sakhe kodwa ukukhona ngakwenzanga
aqedelanga so lendlela obuyichaza ekuqaleni
yes
so uyayibona ke leyo ibhlungu kakhulu ngoba izokubamba angeke uye phambili ngiyaphinda futhi ngeke uye phambili embangweni ibhlungu lento ene abanye ke amanye amadlozi anesihluku wena mfowethu ayokufaka inkingeni ezinkulu kakhulu ngoba yabona ukuthi what we have discovered omunye umuntu uyafika ahlale phambili athi mkhulu nginenkinga yini inkinga athi angibathola abantwana inkinga ikuphi ilesi sibongo
simsana
omunye uginqika ngeimoto you understand I'll be honest with you idlozi can use any form of distraction that is available
communicate
people they've died in COVID because of lesi sibongo people have died of HIV because of this lesi sibongo people young people have been involved kuma drugs because of lesi sibongo you understand otsotsi laba abakhona ngaphandle kumanje I can assure you
inkinga yabo abaningi isibongo
basembangweni angeke abelapheki yikho ngithe mina kuxakeke wonke umuntu angithi uthole kuze kuthiwe hayi shuwa impela umfundisi akazizali
aha
ngoba umuntu akamfundisi sejike waba ngenye into nje emphakathini
uyanderstand seyisigebengu eseningasazi
asinzima kabi
wena ufuze bani wena babakho ngumfundisi ufuze bani wena kanti iso lesisibongo
sokungenzeka ukuthi umfundisi umntwana zowakhe
noma ngaba ngowakhe umfundisi akazange wenza kwaphelela njengamanje if you look at the Hebrew lapha yana my heart pains when I look at the Hebrew because if fat and set uma sihlalisane is trending
umkipito
umuntu uhluleka ukubhadala irent nesting abone option yini ngangcono sihlalisane
ngihlala uJofi laphana
no boyfriend sifakele ticket 10 kube nabantwana mabezalo lezi ngane zibizwe ngesibongo salojaha lo izithakazelo izingane you understand those things
yikho la uqhamuka khona ifoundation
you understand those things are a big problem ngoba liyangani leya ngeke yashada let me tell you something Ncube angazi whether right now
qhubeka
singangeni kakhulu leyo ibona
ngena mkhulu
uyayibona lento inkinga kakhulu and but ke ngiyayithanda idlozi the way sometimes elisebenza ngakhona if wena lapho khona ungazibona uhluleka ukulobola owesifazana wazi ukuthi nobaba wakho akalobolanga
nazo yakhala abahlali
nomkhulu wakho
yebo
ozala uyihlo
akalobolanga
kwamehlula lokho
awuphulizwa khona
mhlawumbe nobaba wakhe naye kwamehlula ene angeke akekho yokwenza lokho ngaphandle kokuthi kufixwe ini ku restore ini
foundation
ifoundation you understand noma ngazube nemali kukhona okuzoba khona okuzokuvimba lokho
umlobole ahambe afe kungasebenzi waqedakala
itheni indoda yazini mfethu ngahamba ngagibela enye intaba lapha eLimpopo you understand ngayikhulekela ukuthi ngifuna ukuyolobola ngakhuleka ngezani ngayenhlani ngenza nini le ndoda ke ukushuthi ngumfundisi or umprofeti kuleli banda leli ni Top Apostle
yes
ithi ngaya lapha ngayenhlani yabona ngayikhuleka ngifuna ukumlobola lo kakula angithi and eventually he did it wayolobola but it was not done correctly you understand ngoba uforsa into ongamelanga ukuthi ngabe uyaforce ukuthi yenzeke ngoba akazunderstandanga yena you understand akazange understand kwayena because before wenza lento ake ngithi njengamanje mhlawumbe unentombi yakho ofuna ukuyilobola kanje if wena ungumntwana nentombi you can't do that ungakafix wena you need to fix you nale ntombazana ifixe lo because you know why lo moya lo uyokuhlanganisa if ungumntwana nentombi umoya uyokuhlanganisa nomunye ofana nawe ongumntwana nentombi it will never make mistakes. I don't care where you go to look for this girl or to look for this boyfriend. It will never make a mistake, umoya.
Yeah. We are connected. Wodwa.
We understand? Well, if awulobolanga uhleli nomntana abantu naye azange lotshola.
Yazi ngisapho kodwa wena mzile ndaba. Uyayithinta omkhulu lapha ukhuluma kakhulu ngendaba usendabeni yokuganwa yokuchada yokuhlanganiswa kwabantu sengize ngiconnecta ngibona uyiqambile indaba abanye ngamasela abanye abaqedakali abanye abakuma drugs abanye ngabazondile umuntu uthi nxa ukhuluma la uzondile kodwa akakwazi ukuthi uzondile
yes
akakwazi ukuphendula
yeah
ayisuki khona le ndaba
omunye afuna indoda phansi kwakhe
Yes.
omunye afuna umfazi phansi
isuke
kwakhe
emuva yikho ngithi mina it's time for restoration and unfortunately lento the way abantu abadala or umoya or ngithi amadlozi have set it they've set it by force you know go fire by force by fire by force by fire by force we understand but I understand as a person you understand who studies the history and look at all these things. See, white people, they have a way, there's this saying here, but very interesting. If you want to make peace, you must make war. We understand?
Yes.
Ngoba Idlozi believes ukuthi if it puts you in an uncomfortable situation, then uzovuka.
Oh.
Angithi.
Okay.
Kufana negolide angithi before you have what they call gold,
it has to be dark, get into the furnace, cheese.
The most precious diamond.
Yes.
The most precious diamond needs to undergo immense pressure. Yeah, ingayenziwa kakhulu.
Yes. You understand? Umahlalisane is not blessed. I can assure you lento ayidingi kuthiwa maybe sibambe emoyeni whatsoever of course bakhona ke abelaphi bendabuko nabaprofeti who use that uma ufika uhlala phambi kwakhe vela athi kuwe wena akho right emshadweni wakho na uvume uye phambili yes vela ngeke kube right
because usemkipitweni
ngoba inkinga iku foundation
inkinga iku foundation
uzalunga njani umduli foundation
yakhe but without wasting time ke lithe lami yabona abesifazane abanabantwana bengalotsholwanga ababike abantwana babo esibongweni sangakubo esibongweni sakagogo ngoba phela uzothola ukuthi noma wakho naye ubiza lesi sibongo sika baba wakhe engalotsholwanga mhlawumbe ugogo but ke into engiyithanda ngeDlozi ukuthi ungabikwa kulesi sibongo sakagogo if naso leso sibongo lesugogo naye wathatha isikababa wakhe bazovela amakhehla ukutshayele kanti ukuthi bona bangobani
kodwa mkhulu manje usezela umntwana omzeleyo akakwazi ukuthi isibongo sisebenzisayo siqondile noma cha abesembika yebo kuleso esakhe noma ngithi sikamama wakhe noma esikagogo kuhambe balungisa izinto
obani balungisa izinto
ubaba vele ke manje onguye okumele manje umntwana bizwe isibongo ngaye kuyalungiseka lokho angithi but ukhumbule ngithe mina if wena whether ungumfana unentombi yakho if awulotsholwanga wena nale ntombi yakho ayizange yalotsholwa ngithi mina umama wayo azange alotsholwa injalo nje lento therefore whether if wena khona manje uthi unemali awuthi ngiyolobola ngoba manje Indlulamithi sikhuluma Indlulamithi ikhulumile lapha yana uthi ngisukume ngiyolobola uyolobola kabani ngoba la lo mntwana
uthi lo mntwana azovusa umuzi wakobani you understand yensi ngithe mina kufanele uqale undlulise wena ulungise okwakho angithi kulungiswe ngapha kibo ka ntombazana ukwenzela ukuthi ke mani isuka ngapha niya ngapha niyazi ukuthi niyakobani nimusa kobani lo muntu kuyovusa umuzi wakobani
nanku umbuzo akalobolanga ubaba
yebo
sengikuthola lokhu sengikhulile
yebo
ba bukwenza abanye ngiyamlobolela ubungakanani ubungozi bokumlobolela ubaba
cause kunje ngicabanga namuhla ngiyolobolela umkhulu ngoba ngazi ugogo ethinta ukuthi ngathi kwashota something
ake kubuze ngicela ukubuza njengoba wakho
yebo
ngicela ukukubuza njengobaba wakho umbuzo wami uthi wena mfana usuke wangibuza ukuthi mina yini engidlulile ukuthi ngiyemlobola umama wakho
Hemadoda.
lalela ke
bathi ingwiji khwebo.
if ubaba wakho esaphila is possible ngoba uzokhamba angithi aye dlulisa lo mlando wakhe you understand if engaseko kusho ukuthi vele kwakungamelanga kwenziwe lokho
kodwa ngiyakwazi na ukumnikeza amasenti ngithi ayongilobola noma kumele azenzele
i-trick mayiza lapho ngoba yikho ngithe mina kufuneke uestablish now ukuthi yini le ebeyihlelwe ngumoya eqaleni ngithe mina kukhona abesifazane abangeke baze balotsholwe ngoba benomlando
osemva
wokuvusa umuzi wakubo ngale kabo mama wakhe or ngini kwabomkhulu wakhe or kwabomalume wakhe you understand
yeah
so kula ke abelaphi bendabuko abasuke belahleke khona because they need to establish first with you ukuthi ke okay ngiyahlupheka kanje ngihlushwa yini ngoba inhlupheko yakho ikhozwa ilaba kini nothing else you understand I'm not going to come here and sit here and tell you ukuthi no uhlupheka kanye ngoba ubuthakathi yebo kusangenzeka kube khona lo ubuthakathi but
kodwa isikhathi esiningi
ngubani lo ovulela lo ubuthakathi
uthi benzeke kuwena
you understand ukula nje ukuliswa yini you understand ukuliswa yini because kufuneka selaphe umoya maselapha selapha umoya maselapha umoya nomzimba wakho uyalapheka you understand because you can go and test for HIV angithi uthola ukuthi idlozi lele likwenza angisho ukuthi abantu bangayi kuyothatha ama ARVs bangizwe kahle idlozi eligulisayo so kufuneka selaphe ini idlozi leli umzimba wakho
ubamba khona abomkhulu umxolele kakhulu is it ngoba sifuna ukukhuluma lo muntu obukeleyo ofesa these challenges and asuke nga-understand
yebo
uthole kule family ukuthi umuntu bafa belandelana nge-HIV
yes yes
lokho gogo wafa ngayo
yes
umama wafa ngayo lo baba bafa ngayo
labantwana
lawo isikutholile
yes or bafa nge-HIV or bafa bonke bayabulawa
bonke ingozi abanye basuke kulozimu kunengozi thizeni
kunenkulumo kulowamuzi loyo kufuneka ngabe ithethiwe kusho ngesithetho kuthiwa ngesixhosa kunentetho kufuneka ithethiwe
kuthi ngiyasihlale phansi
ngihlala ngithi mina inkulumo ikhuluma yomkhulu solo ngokubamba umlomo
yebo
but if you don't look deep into what killed your father
yes
it's the same thing is going to kill
the same thing is going to kill you an African proverb
we understand ngoba ubaba wakho or umkhulu usuke elandelwa ngumlando walabo abamlethe emhlabeni okufuneke ngabe mhlambe wawuthatha because you need to understand something here you see if I'm a father right lo mlando you see that I can be the carrier of loyo mlando my kids will then be the custodian
of lowo mlando
ayingithi if ukhona isinyanga thizeni ngisangaba yi-carrier salobo bunyanga but ngingeke mina ngibe yileyo nyanga
ungaliphosi ithambo ungenzi ukuthi kodwa uthwele carry to the next generation
right then my kids one of my kids
is going to embrace that and embody
abe yileyo nyanga kodwa ngizokwenza kanje you see that is why identity is very important because you see kuma families la eniwa mentionile othola ukuthi maybe njalo nje kushona ngengozi njalo nje ilesi sigulu i-HIV sometimes yes cancer kunezikhwama zobunyanga la ofune ngabe zathathwa
okay
ofune ngabe zithathiwe
or
zivuselelwe yangithi mara uthola ukuthi leyo family leyo ingoba ayizazi futhi ayis understand angithi lo moya ugcineke usuphakama ngendlela ke eyisihluku
so lo moya uzama ukukhuluma nalabo bantu
kahle usukukhuluma
okay awuzama
uyakhuluma kodwa ke uthola ukuthi ke I mean those families members abayifuni lento ngoba sesayi you know
modernize
demonize
sesayibukisa you know today if I say to you ibanyanga ungavuma
ngihle ngithu
and you know you coming to a point whereby there are most families that have, like you were saying, colonization has started identity in that
much.
A lot of families they were made to be baptized and after baptism they adopt these other
foreign
identities,
cultures and identities.
yeah matu sibangilizwe usungupole
yes
mawuthi usiginya matshe
yes
usunguvan Veik
yes
yeah uthola umuntu omnyama ebizwa kuthiwa nguvan Veik
yes
unguJames unguJohn
yes
and then I think inkinga iba lapha ekuthini you look back maybe ubuzo omkhulu mabe saphila ubabuza ukuthi kanti kwakuphilwa njani bekutshela ukuthi hayi thina amalembu salahla
yeah
kanjani bethi hayi kwasokugulwa kwakulenkinga thizene ezinjenje so satshelwa ngomunye umuntu bebe kwafika uthi kaMtanda
yes
kwafika umprofeti
kwafika
umfundisi wasilahlisa wasichisisa amalembu lawa thina sesonto
yebo
thina
asifuna ukuzwa
God
yes
and thina siphila ngomthandazo kuphela asifuni ukuzwa ngalo
and again on top of that they look at the image of Isangoma today
it has been satanized into this evil thing
yeah baphinde futhi ngoba abakwazi ukwelapha umoya you know uthole nje yabona ubuhlalo all over awugezi ulirasta
vele uswaso sethe into ezimbi
ungcolile you know all those things
ufundanga mela ngufunde mawunjalo
you know people when they look at the image of Isangoma today they don't want to be that
they see a psychopath
you know they see somebody who has to live in the wilderness and things like that you see all those things yabona ukuthi they then lead to Abantu to make ama decisions ukuthi nini I don't want to associate with this you understand because you know abekho wrong it's the way the world is portrayed ubunyanga personally I feel ukuthi we don't lack anything as Abantu ayikho into esidingayo as people we have everything you understand we've got ihlahla we've got imithi we've got everything we have everything believe me you understand I personally you know when I'm sick you know I dream ukuthi ayivuka wenze kanje and ngenze kanjalo and I'm well you understand if I don't have money I need money and I tell them even if I don't even tell them because you see it's not idlozi likuwena lo moya is inside you it knows your needs it knows everything that you understand you know it will tell you things you are told in advance this is what is coming and you prepare you that's how it does you operates
uproducer lapana ube interested kakhulu ekufuneni ukwazi ukuthi Jovi idlozi liyini ngoba uthola sometimes sesike phezulu njalo izidlozi associatewa moya amademoni imoya emibi uthola abantu bengakuzwisisi mawuthi lokhu usithi idlozi uthi ukuthini ngicabanga ukuthi I've done justice lapha to question ka producer lapha into afuna uyi understand lapha
idlozi ngumoya. Mina personally, I'll be honest with you, producer and everybody. You know, to me, idlozi is God, because God, according to the Spirit, God, according to the Bible, sorry,
God is spirit.
God is a spirit, and everything starts in the spirit
Before it manifests in the physical.
before it manifests in the physical. You are 100% correct. Ngoba ilaba bakulethile emhlabeni. If it wasn't for your parents, you wouldn't be here, would you?
If it wasn't for their parents and their parents and their grandparents.
Yes, so somebody like an Indian guy. Actually, I saw that on the internet. This guy, he was saying, I think he was trying to say, you know, understand how many people, or rather, yes, how many people it took for you to be here. One mentioned, there is two people, your parents and their parents. And their parents' parents, and their parents' parents, and their parents' parents. Like ubezama ukuthi understand yourself, how important you are, by looking back with how many people it have taken for me
to exist.
To exist. Wow. We understand. So, lingoya idlozi. Idlozi ngumoya. Umoya, idlozi uwe. Yabona, you are a flesh.
Nxa sikubhekile.
Masikubhekile. But ungumoya. Ngikho ngithe mina siphila impilo eyaphilwa ngomunye umuntu before. And what's so interesting about this is because kuthiwa indlela ibuzwa kwabaphambili. Angithi ngoba bona sebeyiphilile lento. They know better. Ngingathi kuwas let's go to Cape Town. Uthi wena but we don't know Cape Town. Ngithi kuwena no, I've been there. I know how to get there. It makes your journey easier to get to Cape Town. Because I've traveled that journey.
So idlozi solukubamba khona bomkhulu.
Yebo.
Ngoba selihambile phambili laphila. Yilona elikwazi ukuthi lingiguide ukuthi ngiphile lempilo.
Yes.
Njalo ngiphile njalo.
Hence, right now, when we entertain the idea of Inkos, when we entertain that idea of Inkos, kuthi hayi phela laba ngabasesikhosini. Why ngoba umzilikazi was a king, then became Ingulo became a king, or Shaba was a king, and then useza ngakhona and all that stuff. And it simply means ukuthi no, these people will be capable to lead us, but they've done it before.
So it's a repetition.
Kusegazini lokho kubo. We understand le nto le.
Kubethi inkosi yazalwa.
Yes, inkosi yazalwa is not trained.
Yeah.
You know, leaders are born. They're not trained.
Yeah.
That's why sometimes leadership is lost somehow because
ngoba sesi entertainer the
lobufundisi uthola umuntu esiyafundela
political leaders.
Yes, even spiritually uthola umuntu sesiyafundela ubufundisi.
Yes. You see the difference now.
The difference now. Even the Bible talks of a calling.
Yes.
Umuntu ebengela calling on his own.
You see?
So even if you put it in the African perspective, ubizo.
Yeah.
Umuntu akanabizo.
Yeah.
So to ehambe yenza theology.
Yeah.
Next thing a graduate adone ebizo njengobishop umprophet. Yena angakudalelwanga lokhona because kazalwa kuko kalabizo.
You see?
Ngoba umkhulu uzothinta ngefoundation. Elinye ilanga uzobuya azothinta ngobizo ngoba sonke sesithwasa.
Yeah.
Kungamelanga sithwasa.
Uyayibona lento le because why we have done it. You see, when I say immediately when I say idlozi, many people You understand?
Base babona ukunyanga.
Yeah, lento ngithi ngingenele emoyeni. I know. If I say idlozi, everyone thinks of inyanga or isangoba or whatsoever. And it's got nothing to do with that. Ubunyanga, it is a gift of the spirit. It is a gift of idlozi. You understand? Ukuba ngu-businessman is a gift. To play ball, it's a gift. Like if you look at the Love family, Abo Peter, Abo Adam, and the likes. That's a gift. Elapha kulwa muzi loya. That is why ngikhuluma nge-restoration. Ngoba you see, believe me, Yumi, if you entertain the idea of your identity, you then discover ukuthi kahle kahle laba bantu laba abangizalayo or enye belonga kubona badume ngani
bazingeli ngabafundisi ngabo sohwebo bebusiness
abalaphi
uyayithola lento le. You know, when we are in Zimbabwe, there is a place called Indlulamithi.
Yes.
Indlulamithi, as far as I know it, the custodians of Indlulamithi ngabantu bakwaNcube othobela otsibalemvula umbetsi sesingene esivendeni sizokhuluma ngakho ngelinye ilanga lokho bakalaka amakhalanga
abayiba bagidiwo sana
abelanga amawasana yangithi it is their gift
that was bestowed upon them in their lineage.
Uyayithola lento le. Yeah. You understand? Masiza la esikhosini leading the people. We talk of there are so many surnames. But ngoba lana ngiku podcast yeMathebeleland.
Hayi ngiyabantu mdala
podcast yabantu
mkhulu
so
yabantu anti uthe Ingulo Yakwantu
ngiyakwantu
yatithinta zonke izizwe
right kukhona izibongo ezasesikhosini kwantu. You understand the famous ones
Khumalo.
Again we'll talk about the reasons why some were famous than the others.
Yeah, Khumalo.
The Khumalos.
Kumete.
Ayokumete ngamazala nkosi.
Oh yeah. Uphakathwayo ibona abazali inkosi.
Omnguni.
Aha.
You know, interestingly, just in passing, one thing that people don't want to, well, not maybe it's not like they don't want to.
Yeah.
Maybe they haven't spoken about it. It's this thing of ubundawe or ubundawu.
Oh yes.
You know, when you get to Mozambique, uyakhuluma nalabo abaphethe isigodlo samandawo. Those surnames abomnguni.
Yes.
Abosithole.
Yes.
Bondluli, which actually Nyathis, Kasipedi Kibo Malema. Amazala nkosi, these people. You know, but you can never talk about Ubukhosi be Southern Africa without talking about the Swazi people or Amaswazi. Amangwane, Ungwane, Masego, Umasego, Ngundlovu. Sizokhuluma ngakho deeper ngelinye ilanga.
On the next episode, yeah.
We understand. But the point is, these things are a gift. Ubunyanga is a gift. Ubukhosi is a gift. You understand? Business is a gift. This and that is a gift. The musician, whatever, it's a gift of the spirit.
Uthwebula amapicture ukanokutsho.
Yeah.
It's a gift.
Yeah.
So we have these producers here and director laphayana bahleli khona.
Urambo.
You understand that they do these things. They don't know ukuthi ubani lo obanika leli khono lokwenza lezi zinto lezi. Ungathola ukuthi kahle kahle lamadoda kahle lento abayenzayo ngiyakubo kamalume. You understand? Ngabantwana bentombi ngoba
madoda.
Kwalahleka lokho. And this thing, you see, I want to give assurance to anyone who's watching.
Yeah.
You understand? There's nothing wrong ukuphatha isibongo sakibo kamama wakho.
Yebo, pinda foot.
There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, there's everything right about it. Because inhlanhla zakho zilapha ya. And the day you decide to take ownership of that and run with it, that is the day you'll discover yourself.
Ngoba ungahambi isikhathi ngahamba. Ulele ngaphi for 9 months.
Okay.
Ilanguage ekhuluma kuthiwa kuyini ngesilungu. Umuntu okukhulisayo uba behambe waphuma wayizingela mbani.
Yes, actually, he's mentioning a very interesting setting. If you look at the lions, the hunter is what? It's a female.
Yeah. And the lion is the king of the jungle.
And the lion is the king of the jungle. Everyone wants to associate.
And the lion is associated to a kingship.
Yes.
Anywhere else.
Yes.
I think, Jovi, this thing is too much for us.
Yeah.
To exhaust today.
Never.
I really think ukuthi producer abantu besivumela ukuthi
break it down
into bits and pieces singa sisidonse kakhulu ngiyabona memory card impela vumela Jovi sithi thina siyathembisa siyiprogress yabantu with Campro Studios ukuthi we are going to make Indlulamithi resident.
Part of
they are going to be the friends of the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that time and again, they are here. We bring them back each and every month or 2 episodes. We promise you that because I'm seeing the depth of this. I don't want it to be lost in translation.
Futhi singayika phezulu sizophambanisa ifoundation.
Yes, ngoba
sesijaha ukuthi
awuthi esigcineni.
Si podcast yabantu thina sithi asifuna ukushare lutho Jovi.
Yes.
Sifuna make sure
if usingabuya ngeepisode 1 sizokhuluma
ngesibongo nje kuphela. Let it be.
Sibe sizokhuluma ngobukhosi. Let it be. Sibe sizokhuluma ngakubo kaMalu. Sibe sizokhuluma ngabo kababa.
Ngenyongo yembuzi. Inyongo yenkukhu. Yes. What does this thing symbolize?
What do they mean?
It's important. We need to teach people the ways of living, culture. I know kunabantu who don't know ukuthi okay ngiyakuzwa Indlulamithi uyakhuluma but ngifinyelela kanjani, how do I create this relationship nedlozi
yikho ngithi mina asime ku how part because how part is full episode.
Yeah,
it's very deep.
There's a lot. Mina
asifuna idata iziphele because ngabafana bobukelo ngedata.
Yeah,
so idata yaziphele engaka understand the how part.
Yeah.
So sithethina zwisisa ifoundation then mase silanda how part lapho uthenge enye 10 gig.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ngoba
you understand the love.
Yes.
The objective really ikukhulula abantu.
And
even nabalaphi bendabuko, I would like to say to them abakhulule abantu. I know there's a whole lot of things happening out there. Kunabantu abaphila ngoba bethembe umfundisi, ngoba bethembe umprofeti ukuthi as long as uba nephila hayi mina vele lempilo ngizoyenza ngoba ngizokwenza yonke into ayisho ukuthi ngiyenza. Kanti right now ithi ngimhlebeleni something. What is coming is not nice.
Okay.
Yabona, forget inhlupheko leyo kuyona. What is coming is worse.
Coming to who? Where? Khuluma mkhulu lapha phela uvela uveze.
What is coming to this generation is worse.
I'm a 2K.
We are headed for war, guys. We understand. Impi yeza.
Impi enjani mkhulu?
Impi.
Kubangwani?
Impi iyeza. You understand? Because you need to understand something about war. Each and every generation has its own war. We understand.
Yeah.
What the Nelson Mandelas went through, and the Jacob Zumas, and the Joshua Nkomos, and the Robert Mugabes, and the Mnangagwas went through. It's coming. Why? Ngoba iAfrika kufuneka ibuye. Ngiyabona
lapha mayibuye Africa.
Nino Sarafin, unfortunately ama cameras abheke ngapha.
Yes.
Kuno Kalush lapha.
Yes.
Kuno Sarafin lapha. Well,
Yesterday food.
Yesterday is about HIV and stuff. Kuno Sarafin, kuno Kalush. And these films literally, they are projected to tell the story of Ubuya we Africa. This is the time of Ubuya we Africa, and this is the generation
that is going to bring Africa back.
Well, I don't know if they will bring it.
They will.
They haven't shown me, but
they will.
They will partake.
Or in the
Ubuya we Africa, and Ubuya we Africa. Believe me, ngesikhathi sempi asikho isikhathi sokuyenyangeni. Asikho isikhathi sokuya kumprofeti.
That's deep.
Asikho isikhathi sokuya kumfundisi.
Asivale Jofi.
Uyayibona? Therefore kufuneke wazi what we call in English DIY.
Wait, asibambe lapha. Now, umkhulu nasi la. Ukuze ngingalahleki.
Yes.
Ngoba inyanga umfundisi umprofeti.
Yebo.
Usengabe engeke connected to my roots, to my being, to my identity.
Isixakekile kumanje.
Mina ngingabazazi.
Yes.
Ngizokwazi to reconnect to my lineage.
This is what I'm saying about the restoration. Angithi. Ngoba kufuneke wena you created that relationship nabakini. Angithi.
Akula munye umuntu ongakucreate.
No, ngoba izinto mina ezami imfundiso.
DIY mdala.
Yabona ezami imfundiso is about DIY. Yabona. Ngoba ngoba sikhuluma ngokuthi ngoba ngithe mina abesifazane abanabantwana bengalojoliwe kufuneke babike abantwana babo ezibongweni zangakubo. Angizange ngathi mina kufuneke bathole inyanga.
Hayi
ezobabike
or
bathole
bona.
Ufuneke bona babike ingane zabo. Once wabika ingane yakho, umfana wakho, angithi noma usemncane or ugugile. Kodwa lento iba mnandi kakhulu if uyenza ingane isesencane. Abadala bazokhuluma nale ngane. Basho ukuthi ayenzeni. Angikhulumi ngento mhlawumbe ukuthi maybe sebhukwini lento. Ngikhuluma ngento eyenzakalayo. Today, whether you are 30, whether you are 20, whether you are 40, or whether you whatever, if wenza into esithi ngesizulu yimbeleko, ubikwa kulesi sibongo, ubikwa kula ofuneke ngabe ubelonga khona. Abadala bazokutshela ukuthi wenzani. If ungusoma business, uyini, wabikwa kulapha ya ngoba usuhlangana ke manje nale identity yakho, abakini ngqo, abahamba nawe, angithi yimlo. Then ikhehla makuyikhehla urugogo or ngamakhehla nabogogo bazokutshela ukuthi yenzani mfana ukuze lento ifuna iyenzeke. Uyayibona? DIY ngoba there won't be time ukuthi uye kumfundisi, uye kumprofeti, uye church uthi
wena sezikhala
ngisayogibela ngiyobona ubani bani. Asikho leso sikhathi ziyakhala kubi. So DIY is very important. angithi ngelinye ilanga sokhuluma ngendlela azokhuluma nabantu abadala kufana nalogwayi lo amhlobo abanye bangibone ngiphethe lo gwayi ngubhema bathi mhlawumbe ukanti wayebhemisile we understand lento zonke lezi zinto lezi awuzenzi wena from your own knowledge ngoba ngibona udirector ebhemisnefa ngithi hayi nama uthi awuthathe cigarette cha lezi zinto uyatshela lalela mawufuna ukukhuluma nathi
use this
it's a channel
iko inti uyabona nje lapha sesifuna series yey asibaleke ukwenzela ukuthi
isikhathi sokubuya kweAfrica
singaphasana.
Siyabonga mukelo omuhle ipodcast yabantu lesihamba leCampro Studios. Sithe thina eqaleni kudala sikhuluma sithi sizokulethela ubani nobani. Kodwa ubani nobani kungasiyo ngqoqo yokuthi sichaze ke sihlale sinethezeke kodwa kuzingqoqo zokuthi sikhule and try and silethe back ubuyithi bethu ngoba kungiyabantu ipodcast angeke iphonga ukubuya la izoxoxa thunje kodwa izoxoxa labantu and try and restore ubuntu labantu futhi mfowethu
hey confused inje lami bathi ingwiji khwevu isintu injulabuchopho
indidana
indida mpela ikunzima uzusola ngamagama cause kulezi izinto ozifundayo sabonga kakhulu mbukelo omuhle esemakhaya sithi ungakhohlwa ukupress subscribe ukwenzela ukuthi uvumile lapha nomkhulu Indlulamithi yathi yona isi-resident lapha ekhaya isazobuya njengoba libone kulamanye ama-subject athi singangisiyawachiya ngaphansi senzela ukuthi simnikeze isikhathi
singawakhiphe
asikumlimita sekhaya la.
Yes,
siyabonga.
Asibonge khona ababukela omuhle podcast yabantu le njengoba sesichilo asifuna ukuthi sivele sikunikeze ukuthi yini esikhuluma ngayo. Sazobuya maybe we'll give you a list and i-program ukuthi sizoqala lapha sibuye la.
Nabo they can suggest this.
Exactly. Abanye into ongayenza ukuthi umbuzo ongawubuza la ku comment section usunge umbuzo la wodwa wona lo wakho usungaba yi-episode iphelele.
Exactly.
Azophendula into ekhona. Ukhona uthi yena mina ukhulu wami ngimazi ubaba mangimazi ugogo wami kuthiwa wahamba lelizwe abanye bafa ngesikhathi sempi abanye bathathwa ngamakhiwa bayale kwaphetsheya ngithe mina namhlanje kuthiwe ngithi kini laba bazama kuyaphetsheya uzama nje kulabantu bakini abathathwa ngendlela into slavery baphosele elwandle baphosele emifuleni wena uzama kuyaphetsheya bayazibuza ukuthi ufuna ukuya lapha abahlukunyezwa khona yini ufuna ukuya lapha ababulawa khona yini umangale iapplication yakho kuthiwa we regret to inform you that we cannot hire you or iapplication yakho did not meet the required what ungoba lawa ubikanga khona lapha ekhaya la usuka khona umkhuluza bezo sikhulu azoxoxa lathi ngendaba yokuxola lendaba yokulungisa imisamo ukuthi umsamo uhlandlulwa njani kodwa singaqala ngakho namhlanje umkhulu singaqala khona lapha aqhubeke ngakho sayidethe indawo siyipodcast yabantu sithi santhana siyabonga.
Danko. Yeah.